Hello guys, my name is Mukesh Singh and I am going to start a new session for CISSP. So that is my introduction over here. Let's move to the CISSP. CISSP stands for Certified Information System Security Professional. So who are eligible for this certification and this course? Let us talk about it. CISSP. Meet eligibility. To qualify this, you should have at least a 5 year of working experience, full paid working experience, or in 2 or more of the 8 domains. So there are basically 8 domains in the cyber security that I will be talking in my next slides. So out of these 8 domains, you should have at least 2 or more domains working experience. If you don't have any experience in all those 8 domains, that means this course is not for you. So what if you don't have enough work experience, like you have 4 year of work experience, then what? So there are two ways, like if you have a 4 year of working experience and you have a degree, like 4 year of your college degree, that will be counted as a 1 year of experience. So 4 year of experience plus a college degree is equal to 5 years of working experience. Or you need a approved credential from CISSP prerequisite pathway. But the other is that second option is to take and pass the CISSP exam, take the exam, pass it, associate of IS square designation, then you will have up to 6 years to earn your required work experience. So after taking also you can earn your work experience in after 6 years to be eligible for this criteria. So what need to be done to schedule your exam is you have to go to the Pearson VUE EE. This is the testing centers. Usually all the vendors like Cisco, Microsoft, or everyone, they prefer this Pearson VUE EE. So what you need to do is you need to register your account, you need to create account and then complete the examination agreement. You need you agree to the truth of your assertion regarding professional experience. So you should be true that you have a 5 year of experience, then only move forward, otherwise don't go for it. You have legally commit to the adherence of code of ethics. We will also learn what code of ethics are, but review the candidate background questions and pay the examination fees. Set an exam date, for example July 10, and go for it. Next thing is pass the exam. To passing the exam is a 3-hour exam and 150 exam items on the exam, and you have to score 700, and the English exam will be conducted as a computerized adaptive testing CAT only in a computerized Pearson VUE. And if you are not taking CISSP exam in English and rather than other language, then you will be evaluated using a linear fixed form based on the same exam contact outline, and for that we will be giving you 6 hours to complete 250 exam items. So that is basically for non English speaking country, for example China and other. So what you need to do after examination, once you pass it, you have to subscribe to the ISC square code of ethics and get endorsed. So you need to do that. Your endorsement form must be completed and signed by an IS square certified professional. Somebody who is already certified, he need to be endorse your application form, and he need to be make sure that you have a proper professional experience, then only you can get the endorsement from them. And if IS square can endorse you if you can't find a certified individual. Okay, if you don't find any certified individual, then itself ISC square will endorse you, because probably there are not so many certified professional in your place where you have been working, or they may not know you very well. So you can use ISC square. and you have 9 months from the date of exam to complete these steps. If don't, you have to retake the exam. So, if you don't complete within the 9 months, then you have definitely retake the exam. So, ISC Square is the world leading cyber security and IT professional organizations and founded in 1989, and it's a international non-profit member association, and more than 130,000 certified members are there. So, there are few other certifications programs after CISSP. You can go for other program. Let us talk about them. After CISSP, you can go for architecture professional. Architecture professional is the one who cover the domain like methodology, cryptography, physical security integration requirements. So, that is for them. Second is the management professional. If you are looking to make the security policies, practices, principles, or you are looking a career in the law or investigation, forensic and ethics. So, that management side is for you. And if you are looking to implement everything in hardware, software, applications, probably an engineer, so that is for them, that is information security certified engineering professionals. So, that is a CISSP certification, and these are the 8 domains that the first domain is security and risk management, 16% will be covered in the examination. Access security, 10% will be covered in examination. Security engineering will be 12%, communications to network will be 12%, identify and system access will be 13%, security assessment and testing will be 11%, security operations will be 16%, and software development and security will be 10%. So, out of these 8 module, you should have experience with at least 2 or more. If you do not have, this course is not for you, and if you have, you can good to go. So, in my next slide, let us talk about all those module course outline for all those modules. Thank you very much.